There you go. All right. Hey guys. So I'm excited that you're here with me. I still get my heart like this to speak to other teammates and be able to hopefully deliver something that serves you and your business. But I really want to just jump right in. So you're going to need a notebook and a pen for tonight. I'm going to have you guys kind of take some working notes as we go. And the whole idea is just to have it help you and your business and what we're going to talk about, which is consistency and how that is going to influence all of your content. Last week, you guys heard from Julie Vore. She's amazing. She has so much energy. But she said a couple of times it takes no talent to show up. We're going to expand on that a little bit. And next week, you guys are going to hear from my girl, Summer Tucker. Crazy little aside, but actually, I was at Superstar Day with Julie Voris and Summer Tucker like 4 or 5 years ago, which time flies. But Summer is going to talk to you guys next week about the science behind building a habit. So I feel like all of these just have tied really well together. But tonight, I'm going to talk to you guys about your superpower, which is consistency. And it does take discipline and it does take hard work. But I believe that consistency is something everyone can master. Like 100%. If I can master it, you can master it. So I have been in the business now. I've been a coach now for 9 years. And I didn't start off consistent. I didn't start off knowing anything. Honestly, it was so different 9 years ago. But there was a saying when I came into the business that was, be here in 1 year. And that really struck me, like, be here in 1 year. And it immediately created in my mind the thought that I have to give this consistent, diligent work for a year if I want this to be my business, not just a hobby, but a business. And so when I started as a coach, I decided, okay, well, I've got to learn what the heck to do. I mean, there were a couple of YouTube trainings, not like there are today. There was some stuff in the back office, but like not really. And I don't know, is anyone else here platinum presenters? Like Christine Dwyer is your like great, 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 great grandma. That is the team that I am on. Janelle is my grandma coach. And so I came into this community and I was like, there's got to be another way that I could connect and learn and grow. And so I was able to plug into Platinum Presenters. But beyond that, I knew nothing about social media. I graduated with a degree in marketing from college 20 years ago now. And honestly, even at that time, 10 years ago, social media was new, right? Like there was no social media 20 years ago when I graduated college. So I almost felt like everything I learned in marketing didn't apply to this huge social media world we were living in. And there was Facebook and I had 160 friends and there was no Instagram. And I was just like, okay, so I mean, I have to like build my business. So this is social media. I'm a stay-at-home mama raising 2 teeny tiny babies. And I got to make this work. So I checked out a couple of coaches online that were more successful than me, right? Because success leaves clues. And so I went and checked out what Janelle Summers was doing. And I like scrolled her page. Like, I think it's fine if you need inspo, you need ideas, you need just like that visual that like what any coach is doing isn't really that hard. They're just super fucking consistent at it. So I went and checked out Janelle Summers, and I probably scrolled back 6 months or a year. And I checked out my girl, Meg Wazinski. Well, so anyway, I checked out Meg. She's hosting this with us too. And I scrolled her page and saw what she was doing. And I don't know if any of you guys know Minnie Wender. I checked her out too. She's a local Michigan girl. And I was like, okay, I can figure this out. Like all of these babes are doing this. I can do this too. And the thing I saw repeatedly was posts about workouts, before and afters, shouting out coaches, posts about their workout, nutrition tips, recipes, like fun family hacks, them taking a vacation. And it was just on repeat. And I was like, okay, well, I guess I can do that. And so literally that's just kind of like how I started, was following in the footsteps of coaches that were already having success. I was like, I'll just kind of take their model. If this is what they're sharing, I can share that too. So I know some of you guys are probably thinking, like, how does this all work for today? And I got a little handy dandy PowerPoint here. Let me pop on over to it. Why isn't it? Okay, let me try that again. All right, here we go. Here's my presentation. Can everyone see that? And I'll go ahead and hit present. Maybe. My computer seems to be running slow all of a sudden. All right, so we'll kind of jump into how consistency fuels your content today and really what that looks like in this whole new social media world. Because when I started, it was Facebook. You guys, I built my entire business on Facebook initially, from 160 friends to thousands and a like page of thousands. And then it was like, the world's changed, and here came Instagram, and here came stories, and I was like, whoa, what do we do? But the reality is the principles are the same. The platform has just changed. So I'm kind of excited to just like expand on that with you guys and just remind you, you know, it's like an Aristotle's quote, right? But success doesn't come from what you occasionally do, but what you consistently do. Like success is not an act, but a habit. So I'm excited to kind of jump in. And I have a couple of questions for you guys because I'm just curious before we really, really dig in. So what are you doing consistently right now? Like every day. You show up and do it every day for yourself, your business, your health. Just quickly, you can throw it in the chat. The vitals, yes. We all have our business activity tracker, right? Personal development, workout. Yup, lots of workout, shakes, water, gratitude. Oh my gosh, you guys are killing it. 5 a.m. workouts, Shakeology. Yes, share my story. Oh, you guys are doing good. Okay, I love this. So you already have things that you're doing consistently. Okay, so are you sharing that daily on social media? Yes, no, or maybe. Yes, no, maybe. Yes, in stories, this is easy, right? Yes, yes-ish. I like that. I'm an ish girl. Ah, Hannah, learned it from you. Yes. Yes, I don't share my Shakeology daily. Yeah, I wasn't doing that either. We'll talk a little bit about that. Okay. Yeah. So, I mean, when I started, when Brigida started, right? Someone told us to post like 3 or 5 times a day. You guys have no idea how that was a lot. Now it's literally like one good post every day or 3 days is even fine, especially if you're showing up and you're doing stories daily. And so that's what we're going to focus on a little bit, or mostly, because I think that is just where it's at. That's where social media is trending. That's where they're pushing you. Everything is in stories. And experts say if you're getting about 3 to 5% of your followers watching your stories every day, that's pretty good. That's about average. But I'll tell you guys, my viewership on my stories is 12 to 15% of my followers. And it wasn't like that when I started, right? I've only been on Instagram stories for about 2.5 years. And so for me, that's not where I started, but it's consistently grown and I've been able to build it. And I believe a lot of that is just because of my consistency of showing up every single day. All right. All right, so can you guys see this? I want you to grab your notebook and just maybe take a second and start to put some of those things you just told me in the comments down on your list. Things you do consistently or fairly consistently every single day. That 5 a.m. workout, the personal development, family time, your shake, energize, whatever it is. Make sure those things are on your list. And then your second task is to add the things that you want to be more consistent at showing on social media that fit you or your brand. And I mean, I think it's fine too to occasionally post like random crap that doesn't fit your brand because, you know, we all have that moment, right? But think about what else you could share. What else would you include in your stories? So for me, the biggest thing I think about when I give people task one, the things I do consistently or fairly consistently, what I hear is, but my life is so boring. Have you ever said that or had a coach say that to you? My life is so boring. I don't do anything. Right? Yes, like a coach will just tell you, like, my life is so boring. I don't do anything exciting. Okay, well, neither do I. I wake up, I make my bed, I put on my workout clothes, I make some energize, I talk a little bit, mostly to my dog, I do a workout, I make my breakfast, right? We all have this same routine. And I'm telling you guys, it doesn't have to be an exciting day. I don't know who has like the most exciting day. Maybe like if I'm traveling around the world, but that's not the norm, right? I work from home. I show up here and that's my day, right? And it's crazy to me, but people will literally tune in and watch it every single day. The workout clips and what I'm wearing for my workout and the breakfast I'm making, shit doesn't change much a lot over here, but yet everyone tunes in and they're commenting and following. And you best believe if I were like to miss a morning, I start to get messages like, hey, is everything okay? Right? So that's kind of what you want. Bring them in. And I've found that once I got rid of that excuse that like, I don't have anything to share or my life is so boring, I started really realizing that the thing that you can bring out in this is your personality, right? You can have fun, you can be silly. I'm super sarcastic. You can find what fits, what feels comfortable to you. And honestly, Instagram gives you guys tons of options to have fun with this, right? There's a new filter that lets you like press your forehead and it asks you random questions. There's silly little, things you can use. I wouldn't say use them for tons of frames, but occasionally it's kind of fun to play around with that kind of stuff. Okay. All right. Number two, back to number two. I wanted to share with you guys one of the things that I wasn't consistent at a long, long time ago was sharing a workout clip or two of what I was doing. I just like omitted that part. It was like, oh, energize. Okay. Now I'm done with my workout. Here's my sweaty selfie. And honestly, I like hate sweaty pictures. It's just like a personal thing of mine. But I wasn't showing the workout, you guys. And another fellow coach said something like, we're health and fitness coaches. We need to show up and at least give them a clip or two. And I was like, God darn it, she's right. And so that was one thing I added to my list was I need to start showing up with 1 to 3 workout clips every single day. And same for me, someone else mentioned like sharing about Shakeology or sharing about the business in your stories. Those are things that if you just omit it from your list, you're never going to do it. But if there are things that you want to start incorporating more and building your business and sharing on stories, because I believe what you talk about, what you focus on expands, it's important that it makes your short list of things you want to begin to weave into your stories. Will it be every day? Your shake might be. We're talking about coaching every day, maybe in some way, but maybe it won't be a call to action. I'm not saying that. So I had to pepper this. The secret to your future is hidden in your daily routine. So true. Okay. So I just kind of broke this down a little bit for you guys, things you can do on the daily. So at least 9 to 10 Instagram stories. I can't tell you how much it bothers me when I see a coach like shake up their energize and then that's it. Maybe they come back later for like one other thing of their dog or cat. And I'm like, really, that's your whole life. 9 to 10 stories. Give them something to watch. Number 2, let your personality shine. Sometimes my kids are in the background, like rolling on through. The dogs are barking. It's fun to be like a real normal person. You don't have to be perfectly polished. Most days, you guys, I hop on for my morning workout with bedhead, no makeup, looking like a hot mess. I actually put makeup on for you tonight. So number 3 is to add value. And again, this will be dependent on who you are and what your brand looks like. But it's fun to show and tell them in your stories and be able to add value. 1, it makes them want to continue to follow you. 2, it means they're going to tell their friends, family, other followers that they should come follow you. Ideas, inspo, parent hacks, nutrition tips. There's so many ideas and ways that you can add value in your stories. And some of it is just like a quote, something funny. You're there to serve and entertain. So make sure that always makes the short list. And then obviously stories are a great way to answer any questions or handle objections that you've been getting a lot. If I'm repeatedly getting a question over and over again, I'll talk about it in my stories. If I can start to notice that I'm getting the same objection over and over again about price or, is Shakeology safe while breastfeeding? I don't really get that question anymore. But if that was the kind of question I was getting, I would address it publicly on my stories. Okay? So, and then top tip, I don't know if you guys are like me, but I'm a mom and I just feel like as your kids get older, life only gets busier. Just wait. But keep a list on your phone of topics and ideas that you want to talk about on your Instagram stories or that you get asked about a lot. Right? So if you're having a day where you're like, oh boy, I got nothing to share. Right? And I'm not saying these have to be somehow related to Beachbody, your product, anything like that, right? It can just be like fun stuff too. It can be totally fun stuff. But keep a list of things on your phone that's quick to go to, especially if I'm getting questions a lot. Like a couple ideas. I get a lot of questions about what I use in my hair. Where are my glasses from? My daughter has braces. Like little things like that, that relate to mommying or health and beauty. And I share that in my stories or when I hop on in the morning and I kind of do like a little chat with people while I'm making my Energize. I don't talk about the fact that I'm making Energize, which always prompts the question of, what are you putting in that cup? But I just talk to them. I'm like, hey, good morning, gorgeous. And I just have a topic that I want to talk about. And sometimes it's about workout or my kids, a trip, whatever. But like I mix it up. I have fun with it. Don't be so one-dimensional with your business that you forget to be a human being. People can relate to you on other things, right? I love fashion, I love fitness, I love traveling, my family, my husband's a crazy criminal defense attorney, little things like that, other things people can relate to me about. So make sure to keep a list on your phone for the days you feel brain dead. Because I'm a mom and I occasionally have those days. Not that I would notice. I also, these are actual shots from what my albums and my iPhone look like, you guys. But you can use Pinterest. That's kind of how I started. And then it was just too much to always be going to Pinterest for things. So I started keeping albums on my phone. It is a game changer. I have favorites. I have challenge group stuff, gluten-free stuff, Beachbody stuff about family, I'm into bikinis, my dog's trips, 3-day refresh. Like I have before photos of myself, other before photos of teammates or clients. So I honestly sat on a plane ride once and started organizing this. And ever since, it has just been a gold mine, because the day that I just don't feel inspired, I have like little pieces of content that I can put together. You know, maybe pictures I've already taken. And I'm trying to think, I have even more than this. And I can't see if I even got a screenshot of it. I should have. But there's one that I keep that, hold on, I'll even pull it up and tell you guys what I call it, because I save them off. So if I've done Instagram stories that have done really well for me, I save them. And they go in one is called IG Story Coaching, and the other one is called IG Story CG for Challenge Group. And I save stories off in there that I've used before that have done well, right? So if it was a promotion for my next boot camp and I created a graphic and it was amazing and I want to use it again, it's there, right? I want to grab a new before and after from one of my clients or coach on my team, it's there, right? And so you have to go through and edit this and occasionally delete what you don't use or doesn't fit you anymore. But this was life-changing for me, and it's always at my fingertips. I can go back and find a photo so much easier now and be able to share that straight to Instagram. It's there. When you go to Instagram, you just click at the little thing at the top, and instead of seeing recent, you filter through all these albums and you can find stuff. I have ones for To Be Mindset, Ultimate Portion Fix, all of it. It is a game changer, you guys, especially if you're sharing every day on stories and you've created something. You've put words on it, you made it pretty, you added a little GIF, save it off and use it again. You guys, I can't tell you how many times I just reuse things that worked really well like 6 months ago or a year ago. You don't always have to be reinventing the wheel. Okay, so my hope, who is drawing on my screen? I don't know how to get rid of that. All right. Okay, so my hope is that you eventually create something similar to this. Remember that little list we started with our notebook? I really want you guys to be able to create something like this, your daily content. And I use this hashtag a lot every damn day because I wholeheartedly believe in showing up for yourself. Because guess what? When I show up every single day, and I make my bed. I have made my bed every single day since 3rd grade. So it's just part of who I am and part of who I want to attract. And I share my workout outfit and I do my energize and I do my workout and I share a few clips. Guess what happens? All of those challengers who were kind of interested in doing what I was doing, did I leave any questions unanswered about what exactly they're jumping into? Nope, not really. And the best thing about this is because I've been doing this literally for like 2 years. When I have coaches start, they already start to do something similar. Maybe they're not making their bed, maybe they're not, energized and chit-chatting, but they begin to find a routine that feels good to them. And my hope is that's what it begins to be for you guys. And I literally made a checklist for myself because before this was ever a habit, right? Before all of these things I have listed out here that, right, sometimes I don't do them all, but right, it's a good memory jog, especially for a day that, oh my God, I have nothing to post about or share on my stories about. But the reality is, before it was ever a habit, I just had to get consistent at it. So I made myself a list and I laminated it. And it says things like, make my bed, workout outfit, the things I do every single day in my stories. In fact, I was on our team retreat like 2 weeks ago in Florida, and I was literally getting up and doing the same thing when we were in Panama City Beach that I do at home. And one of my coaches looked at me and she goes, oh my gosh, you really do like the same thing like every single day. Yep, doesn't matter where I am. I can be at home or vacation, but I take the same routine with me. And I think that's really powerful. You think about the coach that your customer wants to join. Do they want to join the coach that's literally showing up every single day and showing them how this can be their lifestyle? Or do they want to sign up with a coach who's, doing a boomerang of their Shakeology and a boomerang of their Energize and hugging their Shakeology bag and peace out? No. What does that show you, right? Okay. So those things, you're going to make your own. It's going to be different for you. You're going to put your spin on it, your brand on it. And I'll tell you, mine has changed. Over 2 years, it's changed a lot, right? I've had to add to it, redo it. That's why I say, like, make a working list in a notebook before you write it down and laminate it. And then know you might need to tweak it again in 6 months, especially if your audience is giving you feedback like, we like this, that's really funny. Whatever they're connecting with, give them more of it, right? And it's great. Janelle is like amazing at this, about asking her audience what they want more of. Go ask your audience what they want to see more of. They will tell you. If I ask mine, they'll tell me. Okay, and then also every week. Okay, so I hope there's no kids here. There's that every fucking week. So you'll notice there are 7 things here. Okay? So I'm not saying do these every day, but could you weave them in Monday through Sunday? Yep. Right? Easy. Talk about a specific product that you like, handle an objection, value added. Do something to add value. Answer a commonly asked question that you get a lot. Do something funny or silly. People love funny or silly. Include dog's kid's spouse, and then CTA a video invite. I mean, I've definitely done a lot of them where it's like automated and pretty, and it's like, join my boot camp, here's what you get. There's all these like photos, and then like the box at the end that's like, do you want to join? Yes, maybe, or like, yes, send me info, right? I think one of the best things you can do when you're in a promotion period for your challenge group, mix it up. 2 or 3 days out of that week, do a video invite. Write in your stories, like tell them why you're excited about it or why this is amazing this month. They've got to jump in. If they've ever thought about it, like, this is your month. You're getting a free box of pumpkin spice. Like, you have to do this, right? If you're excited about it, people feel your energy. They want in. Sold 3 challenge packs today because of the video invite I did in my stories. People were like, wait, what is the best deal you're talking about? Great, girl, give me your email. Let's do this, okay? So have some fun with it. Okay, and then I just added this in like last second because I just felt like you could take it one step further. I have been doing this. I feel like it's a really good flow for me, so I'll share it for you. If it doesn't work for you, no big deal. Monthly like a mofo. I take 2 weeks, the last week of the month and the first week of the month, and it is open enrollment for my boot camp. So I am talking about it. I am promoting it. There are calls to action like every other day. I'm filling it and I'm doing a countdown in my stories, right? I'm showing that those spots are disappearing and I'm enrolling that boot camp. So if needed, I'm getting a few extra Success Club points at the end of the month, but I'm also creating that momentum rolling into a new month. I get Success Club points at the start of a new month, or a lot of girls enrolling for bar, or to get, the pumpkin spice Shakeology, or start with BOD. And then I spend sort of like those 2 middle sandwich weeks of the month doing more coach focus in my story, chatting, inviting, sneak peeking, webinaring, just having conversations using third-party tools to get the business in front of more people. For me, that's just felt like a really good rhythm. So I'm always, I feel like 2 weeks really kind of gives people a good sense. Like, if they're following along in your stories, right, they're catching on to what you're doing. Oh, this is like her business. Interesting. Okay. Oh, maybe I'll fill out an application. Oh, maybe I'll respond to this poll and watch the webinar tonight. So I think that kind of stuff is important. All right. I think this is my last slide. Of course I struggle, right? This isn't perfect. I've been here 9 years. Do you guys know how many times I have failed, fallen on my face? I just don't fucking quit. Just won't. And it's been the best business, the best 9 years. And I'm like still excited. And everything I've shared with you guys tonight, I've literally had to learn on Instagram and about Instagram and how to use stories and connect with people and build relationships through that. Like within the past year or two, you know, it's new for all of us, but it's been really fun and really exciting. All right, I will do a couple of questions. I see a few things here. I will just scroll back up. Okay. What if your audience isn't interactive? Keep going. That's all I can say. Keep going. You just have to keep going. They'll turn around. Also, like if you're adding to your network, my coach Anita Myron is going to be on, I think in like 2 weeks, and she is going to do like top Instagram social media hacks for you guys. But just keep going. Keep asking questions. And if you're responding to other people, reaching out to other people, that makes sure your story is always bumping back into the beginning. And I mean, sometimes I don't ask questions just about Beachbody stuff, right? Questions about my dogs, about my daughters, about my husband. What movie should we see tonight? What's your favorite date night dinner? Which shoe do you like better? People love giving their opinion. So sometimes just mixing it up. Samantha, I was noticing I was getting one bot always answering my polls. And so basically I just blocked them. I was like, bye. If you're getting bots on polls and questions, it is happening because it's, like I said, literally where everyone is in stories. And so people are following other people's stories to hopefully get a follow back. They'll notice that, you know, they answered your question, you go check them out and they're hoping you follow them. That's why. So annoying. But yeah, block those accounts. Yeah, okay, lots of you guys getting bot responses. A few of them have been like IGers with like huge followings, like 142,000 followers. And I'm like, oh, did you want information about my boot camp? I just message them. Why not? Oh, what? Okay, what slide? I can go back. All right. What about new emerging platforms? Well, my 12, almost 13-year-old is on TikTok, so I'm gonna think that's next. That's next, you guys. I'll go back. You guys tell me what slide though. Oops. How can I go back? Oops. Yeah, so I mean, I feel like if you're willing to be on TikTok, do it, try it. I'm on TikTok, but really just so I can monitor what my 12-year-old is up to. There are parents on there. I've found some, but I just haven't had a whole lot of luck with it. There are some coaches. I'm not sure which one you wanted. You go to that last slide. Okay, maybe this way. This one, I'm hoping. So yeah, you can play with TikTok. Once open enrollment closes, I continue with the invites and I get responses. Yeah, no, I mean, right. It's, to me, I like to drive to a hard deadline. Enrollment shuts. This Sunday, if you're not enrolled, you're not getting in the group, right? Like that's what I lead with. Because I'm trying to get people that are dragging their feet and sitting on the fence to make a damn decision. You in or you out. Now, if they message me a week from now and say like, okay, I'm finally ready, I'm gonna let them in. But for the purpose of marketing, right? This is all marketing. For the purpose of marketing, it's open enrollment through this week, through Sunday. And if you don't sign up, you're out. That's how I talk about it. But the reality is, if someone wanted in, let them in. But my focus shifts a little bit. I'm going to spend more time talking about coaching, promoting to a sneak peek, hosting webinar, right? My focus just shifts a little bit. Sarah, how do you do monthly enrollment when programs are 6, 8, or 12 weeks long? I have an ongoing group, just ongoing. So I figure like right? I'm just attracting kind of like babes in my niche that fit my brand. And so I just do monthly enrollment every month. Every month is open enrollment. It's your chance to join. You hop in, you get started on your program. And I mean, typically I have anywhere from 5 to 10 women like starting at once. They kind of start together, but they join the crew that's already going. And everyone plays nice, no big deal. Because to me, it's just about being around other women, empowering women to like change their life for the better. So yeah, I open enrollment every month. You have to. It's like game changing for me. Yeah. So your 2-week cycles monthly in stories. Yes. Oh, last slide. Sorry. I'm gonna keep going. TikTok is fun. If they respond, I will get back to you. I mean, I'd probably just follow up like a day or two later and be like, hey, so what you think? What's the, right? Well, what do you think? And I mean, I'll totally send a voice message too. I'll also send like the little ghost emoji. But I think, I mean, I just try and talk to people how I would want to be talked to. I'm fairly like silly, and I'm pretty sarcastic, and so I don't hesitate to like throw that out there or call people out. But yeah, I just ask them like, hey, what are you thinking? What's up? Right? Because you're typically going to get back. I'd rather get back an excuse or an objection than just nothing, right? So I just keep following up. Yeah, TikTok. Yeah, I don't know. I haven't figured out how to make it work for my business yet, but I'm on there to monitor my 12-year-old. There's tons of like middle schoolers on there. I don't know what else to say. I don't offer an ongoing free group. I used to. Honestly, when I built my business, that's how I built was free group, because I was just looking to add new people. But I've never run more than a 3 or 5 day free group, just because I think people will just hang out in like free land forever if you don't like push them to commit. I mean, if you just buy BOD, I will let you in my community, right? I had a girl last month, she bought BOD. She was like, yeah, I just want BOD. A week later, she bought Shakeology. A week later, she got Energized. You never know. I mean, I let people in. We're still at, how do I talk about nutrition in the programs? I talk about what I follow. I follow TV Mindset. So I actually shared one of Alana's dinners tonight in my stories. And I mean, I'm doing Bar Blend right now. So it is just part of my story. Occasionally I roll it out and talk about it a little bit more in detail. But yeah, if nutrition is really what you're into, make sure that's part of that list, right? That's on this list for you to talk about every single day. All right, anything else? If you're always adding new people to your old crew, do you post the same thing monthly? No, it changes. Typically there's a theme for the month, like, 20, like January was 2020 vision. This month is like a new self-love club. And so I just kind of like change it up based on that. But regardless, there's a nightly check-in, and I do a giveaway at the end of the month. and I pick something like a water bottle or, you know, a stack of the bar blend IM cards, or I don't know, workout leggings, like whatever I feel like, something fun, an Amazon gift card, whatever, if they submit their before and afters to me at the end of the month. That's how I pick my winner. Is your marketing different for Facebook versus Instagram? Not really. Stories are still my biggest on my Facebook too. That's where I get the most people messaging me from. I do switch people over to email. I prefer to not keep them in DMs because I don't know about you guys, but like trying to message with 300 people in your DMs is a hot mess. So I use Gmail and Streak, and that is how I keep everything organized. Melanie Mitro has an amazing video on setting up your Streak. If you want to do that. Yeah. Oh my gosh. Thank you guys for answering questions since I am so late. I am behind over here. All right. Michelle, oh, that could be a whole call topic. What apps do you use to create your graphics? I'm not that fancy. I just put them in Instagram and add like fun little GIFs in like words. I mean, I will tell you, I have a bunch, but I don't use them all that great, you guys. I use PicFrame to make all my before and afters. And then I have Mojo, Canva, Fonto, and Over, if you need any for stories. See, look at all these. Wendy, it's a YouTube video on setting up Streak for Gmail. Super simple. And then you just create your pipelines. So you can do like hundreds of follow-ups at once. It's like a game changer. Okay. And, you know, who asked that? Michelle, how do you grow and find biz builders when you were starting and didn't have a really big business yet? Go ask people that you think would be amazing. I didn't know. There was no magic wand. I didn't know the coaches that I have that, you know, Anita Myron is amazing. She is like so consistent too. Raina Odell, amazing, so consistent too. You guys were like, we all have that in common. We're so consistent in what we do. But we didn't start out that way, right? It is really something that you can learn. Seriously, no talent, not special over here, just willing to work hard and do things consistently. You know, just discipline. Discipline. It's so important. If you're willing to do it, continue to show up, invite, follow up. It's like, I heard this analogy like years ago, but right, a farmer doesn't just plant one seed and wait for it to grow. Water it, water it, water it, wait for it to grow. You'd go plant a whole field, right? Plant a whole field of seeds. And definitely some are gonna bloom, right? Google Streak is free. Yeah, I use free. I love free. And my Instagram stories go to my Facebook like page. All right. Anything else, guys? You can always come find me on social media and ask. I'm happy to answer. But thank you for being here tonight. Thank you. Oh, we should boomerang. For sure, let's do it. Let me get rid of this share. I will say, you guys, this is so important. The biggest thing I hear from coaches is, I don't know how to share or talk about the business, right? Like it just feels like it's all online right? This kind of stuff. Letting people know that if they join you as a coach, they're going to be part of this team. They're going to be part of this community. We're going to hop on and work together. That stuff is huge, you guys. So important to share. For me, as a stay-at-home mom, that's what I think I wanted more than anything, was like other people to talk to. All right, should we do anything fun? All right, ladies. Are there any gents on here? Fix your hair. All right. I'll tag a bunch of you, okay? All right. right. Thank you so much for being on. Like I said, any questions, you're welcome to come ask me. Thank you guys. Have a good night. Bye.